Welcome to the Gamers Guild Weekly Show with Hopp. This is where you'll find all that's going on inside the Gamers Guild Discord, as well as some fun and gaming information you may not have even known you needed. And now, here's Hopp. Yes, thank you everybody. Welcome back to the Gamers Guild Weekly Show. I am Hopp, your host. And thank you for joining me today. As you watch this video, if you like what you're seeing, do me a favor, hit a like on that on the video. Also, if you have any comments over what we're talking about, we're going to be talking about a lot of different things today as far as the Guild Gazette and also some of the stuff from ARC. If you have any comments on any of it, then please, by all means, leave a comment. It will help with the algorithm. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And with all that out of the way, let's dig into this week's Gamers Guild Gazette. Okay, here's the Gamers Guild Gazette. It's edition number 15, dated August the 23rd. That was this past Friday. As you can see, we always try to put some information in there, and we're very excited about some of the things that are coming up. Now, as far as the community itself, we are a group of gamers that like to play a lot of different games. I mean, ARC, yes, that's our bread and butter, so to speak. It is the one that we play the most, but we also have some Minecraft servers. We have people that have played Pal World, people that play other games, and sometimes, even if you happen to tune into when me and Firepumpkin are streaming, you really don't know what game you're going to get, whether it be Chained Together or maybe even the future edition of Oh Dear. So, the Gamers Guild is kind of a wide tent for a lot of different gamers who enjoy a lot of different things to come together. Here, the Guild Gazette starts always with, are you new to the Discord? So, here we go. If you're new to the Discord, you're going to ping Shell the answer of this question. What is the deepest ocean trench? If you have the answer to that and you're new to the Discord and want to earn some easy solving, ping Shell and give the answer to her, and she will take care of you on that regard. Now, my question is this. Are we talking on ARC, other games, or in the real world? I don't know. Good luck with that one. Anyway, we have a major announcement as well, and I'm going to just read this announcement, even though I know you all can read for yourself. The reason I want to read it is because I know Passion Tiger is watching. I do expect a comment. And you're going to see that, yes, I can read. Okay. As you're all aware, we have now gone through almost a whole year of ASA. October 26th, this would have been in 2023, we had our first ASA temporary map unveiled, and 2 months later, we had an early start to Season 3. It was a back to basics. It was introduced with no mods available to use because mods had not yet been cleared. Gameplay was so different but familiar, and as the months progressed, so did our players. Mods became more stable. We were able to start slowly introducing our console players to the world of modded ARC. More mods became available and the demand increased. The start of the second quarter saw our player base receiving a much anticipated QOL Plus mod, but mods were still an issue. Some had to be removed. Middle of March saw us ripping our hair out, quite literally, as we removed Marnie's hairstyles. By the end of April, we were removing QOL Plus in favor of M Plus, and even our console players now state they can't imagine living life without these mods. At the halfway point of our first ASA season, we saw private servers finally made available with 3 tiers of rentals, basic, boosted, and custom. By the way, there's a link there if you ever want to rent your own server through Gamers Guild. We were settled into our ASA life, and more events and options were becoming available seemingly daily. The summer saw us having so much fun with the Wild West PvP event, poker games with the Angry Otters in their saloon. I dominated that, by the way. Just thought I'd throw that out there. And everyone enjoying the ever-changing worlds of ARC together. We're now coming to the end of the season, one that has had its fair share of ups and downs, but mostly growth. What better way could we celebrate this growth in community than having our diligent and helpful admins, volunteers, and player base be able to access the benefits of custom rental? So we put it to a vote and said that this would be a nice way of ending out the season. No, we're not giving away any maps, but we are including some of our mods that the custom private servers have had available to them. In keeping with that, we're going to have 3 mods, maximum of 5 that custom could have, added to the server. The Awesome Teleporters, the Tech Hover Skiff, and Marnie Mod's Griffins, which I believe includes an Owl Griffin. If you haven't seen the Owl Griffin, check it out. It's pretty cool looking. Pretty wonderful. We hope to close out the season in style. Look for all the events and activities that are being run weekly until its end. Planning has already started for next season. It's going to be a banger. I hope you can put in some suggestions for it yourself. Thank you for making this season so much fun and going through those growing pains with us. We look forward to the end of the season and anticipate great things for the next. So we are already planning Season 4. Season 4 is going to be a lot of fun. We're planning what mods and maps are going to be available. What are we going to do with the overhaul map? There's so many different things that are going to be planned. And you all get to come along for the ride. And we're excited to have you here in the Gamers Guild. One other event that's coming up, just so you know, is the monthly Mega Dino Raffle. We are auctioning off or raffling off a Dinosuchus. The Dinosuchus, it's going to be like a level 375. Yes, it's not tameable or clonable, but as you can see, the colors, it has a nice pinkish hue to it. It's really cool. Come on out and be part of that. That is going to be given out on raffle live on my stream. Hopefully Firepumpkin's with me on Friday night, the 30th of August. We're going to end the month with a bang, and then we're going to be announcing the new Dino of the Month for the month of September. I'm not saying it's going to be aberration related. I'm not allowed to say that. But it's probably got a chance. I don't know. So anyway, come on out and be a part of that. Now, we also have ways that you can get involved with the Gamers Guild Weekly Show. I have a meme trunk and a clip pile and screenshots and all kinds of cool stuff. So come on and be a part of that as well. We haven't had a lot of stuff put in, so I'm not going to include any meme trunk stuff this week. Hopefully next week. Community contributors. Some really cool stuff in the community this week. I really enjoyed the pictures here. I would love to find one of these myself. But here first we have Babbitt's Bright Ovis. Look at that thing. Look at all the colors on the horns, on the face, even the feet. And what I love is it's still got that really nice bright white wool, which, they don't always have that. So that's really cool looking Ovis. Also, we have Anne of the Ark feeling a little scenic on her wyvern. Look at that thing. That thing is beautiful as well. But look at the building as well behind it, the castle. Really kind of cool to see that scenic view. And then we also have Passion Tiger with her terrifying Megalosaurus. Now, these Nightmare Shinies are weird to me. They are literally true black. Straight black. It's almost like they're a cutout on the screen with white eyes. It's really freakish to watch them. They have little smokes that come up from them. So that's really kind of cool to see as well. And then, of course, Ginger, who was so excited when we got the skiffs added to to the map. As you can see, he likes taking his hover skiff out playing, and he shared a picture of having his skiff out there. So now I want to talk a little bit about the upcoming maps. Aberration, of course, is coming. Aberration will be out a week from Wednesday. We are basically 10, 11 days away from the release of Aberration. And just a little bit of information comes in drips and drabs, but the biggest piece of information came Friday night during the community crunch when they announced this. The Survivor Mate, or SIR-5RM8. The Survivor Mate. I don't know what's going to happen here. This is a part of Bob's Tall Tales. If you bought Bob's Tall Tales, then you will be getting access to this, potentially be able to craft it and use it to your advantage. But keep in mind what it tells us as we see that it actually does say it's going to automate everything. You look at the fine print on it, and it is going to automate everything, right? I mean, it says it's going to bring repairing of structures. It's going to bring gathering resources. It's going to bring sorting provisions. I mean, Passion's going to love this thing because it's going to sort everything into its own little place. So all these things are going to be... Now, is this going to be a breaking thing? Is this going to replace some of the quality of life mods like QL or M Plus that we've used before? I don't know. But it's really interesting to see what's coming with Aberration here on September the 4th. So keep an eye out. Remember, when the cluster gets its Aberration map going, please, please, please remember, you are allowed to take your main character over, but you must be naked. Nothing. Carry nothing over. You cannot take anything over to the map, and that will allow you to start basically fresh, but still with your high-level character that has possibly beaten other maps and has a lot more than your base 100, 105 levels. So be careful with that. We do not have transfers turned on for the first 30 days of a map, but I can promise you that we are looking into additions to the subscriber tier perks that will have some Aberration flair involved in it. So be on the lookout for that as well. Okay, so now we are to the point of our big interview, the final part of our interview with Gaffa, our volunteer of the month. And so I want to just dig right into this and kind of allow him to talk a little bit even more about his motivation and himself. So let's just dig right into part 3, the final part with Gaffa. Welcome, everybody, back to our Volunteer of the Month Spotlight. This is part 3. I understand it's a shortened month. A lot of stuff happened in July that kind of pushed things around a little bit. And so we are now here finishing our final part with the man you know as Gaffa in the Discord. It's JoJo. Welcome back for part 3.
Thank you very much for being here a third time. I'm very pleased with
that. Okay, so this one we've talked a little bit about you as a volunteer and about you as the person behind the Discord and everything, who you are as a person. Now we're going to talk about JoJo the gamer. What is your earliest memories of gaming? Like, when did you get into actually playing games?
Actively, multiplayer was, when was it? 2016 when ARK came out for the first time. ASE. That's the really big part of gaming that started off, because it was just too small, and I have consoles and stuff. I don't count that, but other games like Donkey Kong and stuff. But ARK 2016, I bought it right away and started to play on Xbox at that time. So I've been playing ARK since 2016, more or less.
Wow. So what's the first game you ever played? And I'm not talking multiplayer Steam or anything like that. I mean ever.
Oh, I don't know what's its name. I was very little, and I had some small console that was driven by batteries, and there were Mario making stuff running up and down. I don't know, like an arcade, but in mini games.
Tetris. Like Tetris?
Yeah, like Tetris thing. Many, and I had this Game and Watch things.
Oh yeah, that was a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
what are your standout memories of gaming early on? What got you addicted to it?
How different and, well, realistic I thought it was, because I also owned a Commodore 64. My uncle, when they were around, I played on his Amiga 500, which he upgraded to Amiga 1200. I thought those games were amazing. So maybe that's way back. I was like 10 something, 8. at that time. So that's almost 48 years old. No, 38.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, see, we're about the same age, so both of us. I mean, we're old school gamers, literally.
Yeah, we're old school, really. Yes, for sure.
Oh goodness. So, whenever you got into Arc in 2016, what drew you to Arc? I mean, what about Arc was, as we jokingly say, Arc is life? What made Arc like that for you?
I don't know. I just like what I saw on the commercials. So I bought an Xbox and I bought a game, started to play first single player and hopping around on, the, what can you say, official and
Hmm.
stuff to find people around, gathering friends then that you played with, which actually ended up me starting to host servers at that time, not with Nitrado. I don't think Nitrado was a thing then,
Mm.
but you needed to have two Xboxes to run a server.
Oh my goodness.
One Xbox for the server itself and one Xbox to play on the server. So that's how invested I was in it. And normally I could sit 15 hours a day for the first years in play.
Oh goodness gracious.
Yeah, so that was the real deal, and that was the only game I played. Only game, because I didn't have time for other games.
Yeah, definitely not. You were fully
Yeah,
invested.
yeah, fully invested. Oh my, and crazy.
So, what has been your favorite moment ever in Arc? We're going to get to other games after this, but what is your favorite moment ever in Arc? The one thing that you just it just hits you and it's just one of your favorite moments.
Oh my God, there's so many, so I can't really touch it. It actually was when I ran my servers and I felt what I'm feeling now, but I kind of forgot that the community thing you had, it wasn't PvP server, but I think I around hosted like 20-25 people every day, and there were some events like Nymeria is doing now and stuff, but that was so much simpler then. So it's so nice to have this to compare with how advanced and nice it is now and how good she is. But what a simple thing I did. I think those are the most highlighted thing that makes me like and want what I like now.
Mm-hmm.
I think it made me then what I am now, so to say, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. No, no, no. It makes total sense. Now, you said Arc was basically your only game, especially when you were on Xbox and stuff. Now that you've got into the Steam and all that, I know for a fact you branched into Pal World because you did host a Pal World server for a while. What are other games that you get into now, or is Arc still your main your main
Yeah,
line?
I have several games installed, like Farming Simulator 22. I played a bit. I have No Man's Sky that got a few updates, and Star Citizen that many people have not heard of. I play a bit of 7 Days to Die with one of the community players as well. His name is Ledo. I haven't played with you for a long time. I'm sorry if you're seeing this, but Arc takes a lot of time anyway. And during this summer, my PC is struggling with the heat, so I can't really play until evening
Mm.
because it crashes due to overheat. So I haven't been so much on, just evenings and nights. Yeah.
So when it comes to one of the things that I do that we have learned about you is that um, you do host a lot of people on your servers and stuff within the
Mhm.
community. So
Yep.
and you play with a lot of different people. You do. You either interact with them in the VCs while you all are playing, or you just play with them. So let me ask you this. What is a particularly funny or unforgettable moment that you've experienced while gaming with the community?
Um, it must have been when we are doing a lot of, since I was very poor in cave runs, which later also teaches me how often and in how many different way I could die in caves. and how I was swearing maybe in our closed VC when I entered the swamp cave, and I always crash. And everyone knows what happens in a swamp cave. You're being swamped, swarmed by 10 million Meganeras and stuff. Those I actually took them pretty well, I think. Every time I died and lost my stuff. So, but it's a part of the game because I made many people laugh with my behavior.
I'm laughing now.
Yeah, and that's amazing. I also did something. I remember I did a boss fight with a certain person saying, "Am I crazy? What is he doing there? He's going to die." Do you remember telling me that when I was running up to the monkey? Yeah,
Yes, I do. I remember.
Yeah,
You went right after it.
yeah. But I didn't die.
You did not die. I give you credit for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. You're definitely a trip to play with. I can attest to that. No doubt about it. No doubt about that. I think it's funny that you actually said that Leto taught you different ways to die in a cave.
Yeah, yeah. Because he brought me in something I didn't know about. Here, go here, jump here, use grappling there. Ah, sure, but how? Just go. All right. Die.
So if when it comes to the community and all the different games that we do have, because the community is involved in a lot of different games. Now we do have our Minecraft thing that everybody plays and everybody can get into. Like I said, you've hosted the PAL World before. Is there any game that you'd like to see the community delve into that you enjoy?
Yeah, actually, there is two games. I don't know how many would be interested in, but both are on, what's it called, multiplayer games and be able to have on Nitrado, and that is 7 Days to Die or Farming Simulator 22.
Now, I don't know anything about. I know 7 Days to Die. I know kind of it's a zombie preparedness game kind of thing. If I remember right, where you basically prepare your base for 7 days and then a horde attacks you.
Yeah.
But what is Farming Simulator? Is it just literally planting? Because I used to have a game called House Flipper, and you would go to a house and you would actually do what you do in real life in the game. You would rebuild the walls, paint the walls, clean the windows, clean the house, fix it up, and then try to sell it. Flip it. Is Farming Simulator the same kind of thing? It's just a real life. You get in a tractor and you farm a field. Is that really all it is?
No, it is exactly what being a farmer is in every detail you can imagine. Even husbandry to take care of and decorating with houses and stuff. There's so many mods, so you can decorate a fully farm, and the farming is so in depth. Like you could train you to be a real farmer in a real world when you play this because it includes everything.
Oh wow! Now how does the multiplayer work? I mean, is it like Ark where you get a server and there can be like 19 different farms on it, or is it like everybody's a part of one farm?
I tried to host a multiplayer, but people didn't came as they said they should, so I could never try. It's a bit different, but it's like a running world. I think everyone can jump in that are invited and choose their own plot, so to say, or steal my own plot and my own tractors for some reason. I don't know, but it could be fun.
Huh, interesting.
But I know 7 Days to Die maybe it's not appropriate for our cluster due to the graphic nature.
Yeah, I don't know nearly as much. I mean, I know about it. I know the basics of it. I've never been drawn to the zombie genre. Like even real life TV, Walking Dead, and all that stuff. I've never had the desire to watch that stuff. It's just never appealed to me. So I've never gotten into that game. I've watched others play it. I've actually watched videos of others playing it, but I've never experienced it. But I know there's a few that have talked about wanting to get together and play it together because they think it'd be fun if 3 or 4 or 5 of us got together and tried to actually go against a horde and see how that would go. So who knows? Maybe on the sly we can get together and do something with it. I don't know. I've never paid it. I'll have to wait for it to be on sale because I'm definitely not paying full price for a game I don't. I'm not sure I'll enjoy.
It actually came out in full release now, 1.0.
Oh, because it was an early access or what was it, beta or something for a long time.
But now it is in full access, and they should release for crossplay to Xbox as well soon.
Yeah.
But still, if you don't know about the game, don't pay full price.
Yeah. Okay, so final question, final thing when it comes gaming, any of these aspects that we've talked about. Is there anything you'd like to say as we close this out?
Don't try too hard. Just try to enjoy the game. And if you die, or especially if you play Ark, if you lose stuff or you die, everything is replaceable. Try to have fun with your friends. I spent a lot of time to help people out for being, when they facing difficulties. And like I said, I was laughing when I'm dying and losing stuff. Now with my private servers, you never have to worry because there's death recovery. So, but in the cluster, just have fun. That's the main thing. That's why you play, to have fun. Don't take it too seriously.
Words to live by. That's great. Yeah. Well, folks, this has been the August Spotlight with the man we know as Discord name Gaffa. It's JoJo. We're so glad. Congratulations on being our Volunteer of the Month Spotlight for August. And say hey to him anytime you want in the Discord. He's always around and willing to say hi.
I am always around and watching you.
Always. Gaffa JoJo / Big Brother. Yep. Thanks for joining us. It was great hearing from him. He was a great interview. We will not have a Volunteer of the Month next week. It's a 5 Sunday month. 5 episodes will come out in September. And I am going to be doing Shell. Shell is going to be our Volunteer of the Month for September. Her interview series will start on our edition September the 8th. Now, we will have an edition next week. That edition will include the return of the Creature Corner, as the Dire Wolf will be interviewed, as well as some other things that may be added, and a discussion of PvP and everything that's going to be happening with the Labor Day launch of the PvP map here on Gamers Guild. As far as myself, my schedule for the week, I just want to go over that with you. I intend, because I didn't have to travel very much this week, at least now, I intend to try and stream quite a bit this week. My intent is to stream 4 nights, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Monday and Tuesday and Thursday, it is going to be 7 o'clock on Gaffa's Insuluna map. All these are going to be on Twitch. And then Friday night, 9 o'clock, hopefully, I'll be streaming on Twitch with Firepumpkin if she's able to get back. And we're either going to play Oh Dear or something like that. But I may just drag her into Insuluna and see how she does in a summoner fight. Who knows? So that's the schedule for the week. So that's... I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Gamers Guild Weekly Show. I don't really have anything else to add. So do me a favor, hit that like button. Leave a comment on anything that you're thinking about when it comes to Ark in general, Aberration, the upcoming mod editions. And by the time this show is airing, the mods have already been added to the main cluster maps. So hopefully you're enjoying those. But go ahead and leave a comment about that as well. All those likes and comments help the algorithm. And if you're new to the channel, hit that sub button, and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I drop new content. I appreciate it, and we'll see you later from the Gamers Guild Studios. That's right. This is Hopp saying goodbye. Take care.